Hello guys, welcome again to my channel. This is Coach Angel Bag, and today we are gonna do another bag discussion. And don't worry, we're not gonna do unboxing because I already opened the bag, and of course I used it today. And we're just gonna go directly to for a review, mud shots, what fits, and where I bought this bag. Okay, so today we are gonna do we're gonna discuss about this bag. Okay, this is Gucci Boston vintage bag. Okay, it's so pretty, it's very clean, no damage and all. Okay, so I researched about this bag. Okay, and it's kind of quite interesting because of course there's a lot of Boston style bags that's been out for decades, for years. Okay, and you don't know what model it is or which year, because Gucci is not like Chanel and it's not like Louis Vuitton that in their serial code it indicates the year. Gucci doesn't do that. Okay, the serial code is a specific serial code in certain bag only, and just for purpose that that it's serial code, or that's how it is. That it's made by the company, but there's no meaning on it or whatever. But there's some indications that you can state what year it was, kind of like which decade or what era that was made. Okay, but before we discuss that, yeah, I bought this from Brand Maison Vintage, all the way from Japan. Okay, so it just happened that I stumbled her on TikTok, and then it happens that she's a Filipina. So kind of like, I have a thing for co-Filipinos, so support business. And it's just good to know that a Filipina striving, the business as a business owner. So, as a Filipino, I support that. And she's from all the way from Japan. And I was just listening with her live show on TikTok. She don't have that yellow card because she's in Japan. Okay, so and I was listening, and it's cheap. She charged the bag so cheap compare sellers here in United States. Of course, Japan is cheaper, and you get a lot of wholesalers there as well. But anyway, so yeah, I got it from her, and mostly she sells Gucci, to be honest. Okay, because this is vintage, and I don't know, I think there's a lot of vintage sellers there in Japan. I noticed that. Okay, but anyway, so she sent this to me through what is that, MS? It's a shipping company from that Japan, and when it delivered here, delivered by USPS. um but EMS, rather, EMS company, and it's very it's a good delivery service, and I didn't have a problem. Okay, now the inclusion of this bag, when she sent it to me, supposedly she will include me a dust bag of Gucci, but unfortunately when they wrapped the bag, accidentally they forgot the dust bag. That's unfortunate because I really want the dust bag. But she gave me a different dust bag when she sent it to me. So I was like, sis, where's the dust bag, the Gucci dust bag? And she said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I mean, she was very apologetic, and I mean, it's okay. She said, I'll just definitely gonna send you next time, next order. So that's kind of disappointing, but that's fine. Okay, it's no big deal. But the important is the bag is good, it's pretty. However, of course, when the disadvantage also in Japan, when you order there, the authentication, they don't include that as free, unlike here in the United States. Okay, which is common here, that okay, entropy certification for authenticated is free, or they will do it for you. Some you will pay, some not. But there they don't include it unless you request, and they will authenticate it for you, but of course extra payment. Okay, but extra payment is always going to be like that. Even if you authenticate it here in the United States, you're going to have to pay extra, unless the company who sells the bag will gonna give it for free. So I didn't mind without authentication, because I know it's original. So if you wanted to authenticate in Japan, you have to pay extra. I don't know how much, but it's not gonna cost a lot anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I just didn't do it because I know it's real. how I know it's real, I just know it's real. And there's a lot of factors on how you look at original, real versus fake. So I'm gonna show it to you, the very corner of the bag, okay? How clean it is. There's no scratch. It's so looking brand new. And the structure is great. We will talk about the structure later, and I will compare it with Louis Vuitton Speedy 30, okay? So at least you have an idea about the bag and comparison. And the handle is clean, all right? It really looks brand new, guys, for a vintage. And the canvas is so neat. And it's so, there's no damage, there's no discoloration, there's no markings, there's no call outs, okay? So that's why I was like, oh my God, that bag is great and beautiful. And, you know, vintage for me is way better than the latest quality. Vintage is very good, okay? That's why I prefer vintage. Now, I looked at this bag from different websites here in the United States, like Mary Carey, eBay, I Googled it. I saw some that's the same design, this with this marking, the same everything, but much expensive, and there are damages, or there's some call outs, there's some markings and scratches. The bottom is kind of like, you know, scratches here, what I saw online. With this one, nothing at all. Like, it's really clean, like at the bottom, like looks like brand new. So I mean, why would I spend much expensive price with, you know, there's a cheaper and very pristine, like new condition, right? Anyway, so that's why I just got this one. Okay, so look at this. The material wise, guys, is this is canvas. It's leather, and of course inside, like kind of like a suede. Okay, like this. Like, yeah, like a suede, like a certain material there. It's really good. Look, I have my stuffs there inside already, okay? And also you'll see the markings, the logos. The logos is in here. It says Gucci here. Okay, Gucci here. Canvas here is hard material. Gucci everywhere. GGG. Okay. The serial code, this is vintage, so you will expect, you will see this accessory collection. Accessory collection considered vintage, this one, okay? And gold stamp, that's also on a leather, and that's proof that it's original too, because the way it's make. Okay, the thing about the vintage also with the gold stamp like this, it might erase. But good for this one, it's still visible. Gucci accessory collection with the logo, and made in Italy. Now, this one, if you look it in, there's another code there. All right. And this is like, you know, Italian words, but it says here kind of like stating that this certificate is kind of like a certificate. Okay, so this is also proof that this is original, because this is kind of like considered a certificate. Okay, because it has a written here. Now this gold stamp here, if you flip it back, that's the serial code. Okay, that's the serial code. Now this type of serial code with the dot division of the letter, the numbers, that's kind of serial code. When I searched it in Google, it says that stamp and that kind of arrangement of serial code is around 1980s. So that's how old this bag is. But if you look at it, it still look brand new. Another part here, so you guys don't get confused and then don't get scared if ever you, for those who doesn't have an experience with collecting vintage bags, vintage luxury bags, high-end brand bags. Okay, mostly like Gucci, Burberry, even Chanel, before they used YKK zipper. So YKK zipper, and don't worry, it's original, okay? So prestigious brand companies used YKK way back then, and YKK is a prestigious company. They make zippers, they make this, zip stops for certain bags and certain clothing and stuff like that. So they tied up with this big brands company, okay? So that's why it's common when you have a vintage bag, it says YKK. Nowadays, they have their own zipper, like, okay, you will see Gucci, you see Chanel, you see everything, okay? Yeah. So anyway, guys, so if you see, this is silver gold hardware center. And here is the Gucci is so here is on the strap is gold hardware. So let's talk about the history of the Boston bag. Okay, Boston bag. Gucci company is established by Guzio. Okay, kind of like Guzzi. I don't know how to pronounce that, but kind of unique name, right? He founded Gucci around 1920. Okay, 1920, and he the Boston bag production made started on 1921 because it's for elite people for the travel purpose. Okay, so since then it became popular, and the material that he used all the time is suede, which is what you see inside, canvas, and leather. And of course, it was founded. The fashion house was founded in at Florence, Italy. Okay, so now, of course, it says there, of course, part of, that it's original, that the hardware, the gold hardware of this bag, or vintage bags, are it's kind of heavy. What fits? Okay, what fits? Okay, so today I used it when we go out, and this is kind of like, a very spacious bag, and this is same length as Speedy 30. Okay, I'll show it to you later. I have a Speedy 30 here. I'm gonna compare it. Okay, so what fits, guys? So what I brought inside is, of course, my big wallet. Big wallet. I love big wallets. Eyewear. Have a chocolate snack. And powder and lippy. Okay, of course, the phone, I'm using it now, but it's very spacious, guys. You can even fit more than that. Okay, so let me put my stuffs down so we can talk more about it without, it's not heavy. I mean, it's not heavy, but I'm saying like it's so it's much more better comparison without hanging inside, right? So okay, I'll close this so you just see the structure, guys. Now this is the comparison that we will compare the Speedy 30 to this. Okay, I don't have to put an organizer inside or a stuffing inside to make the structure stable like this. Okay, now if you're gonna purchase a Speedy 30 organizer, you may, because for sure it fits, but it doesn't necessary because it doesn't drop. Okay, so I have a Speedy 30 here. So this is the Speedy 30 bundle year. This is the latest one. I just got this April 2023 at Las Vegas. Okay, so see the comparison. The same length. Okay, same length, but the difference is I think the height is almost the same, maybe a little. Yeah, Speedy 30 is much taller, and also the width. Okay, see, Speedy 30 is much wider than this. Okay, if you compare, if you see that, Yeah. So if you see this is fatter, this is thinner. Okay. So Speedy 30 is much bulkier than the Gucci Boston vintage bag, small size. Okay. But the length is the same. Okay, the same length. Also, the difference of the two is the Speedy 30, I put a stuffing inside and an organizer. Okay, I put a red organizer there so that the structure is there like this bulky. Okay, now if I remove the stuffing inside and the organizer inside, it drops. Okay, so if you want a bag that is not kind of like a Boston-ish, like it looks like it's gonna drop, then you can have this because it drops. But if you want a structured bag, this is it for you. Or put an organizer inside or a stuffing inside of the Speedy 30. Also, the purpose of adding organizer is for that bag not to wrinkle, to avoid later on will create, if you don't use it, you need to stuff it because later on it will get stuck on your cabinet and it will create creasing and damage the leather later on. Okay, but it will take time. But if this brand new like this, I don't think that's gonna happen immediately, you know. But anyway, so yeah, that's the comparison. Okay. Here you go. Yeah, so this bag is way structured, not necessarily to put a stuffing or an organizer inside, to structured like this, and it doesn't drop. It has a good support. All right, guys, so here's the mud shot. This is my OOTD today. This is how I used and wore the bag. As you see, it's very structured. I don't have to, you know, it's also, it's not bulky looking, even if it's a Boston bag. So my total review on this bag, this is a very good quality bag, comfortable to use, even if there's no shoulder strap. This is just a double handle, two handles, guys. This is it. Okay, you cannot put anything, or there's no extra hook here to put like a bandolier or a shoulder strap, unless or for a crossbody, unless you hook it here and here. Okay, which is some, they do that, but I like to hold by hand anyway. I don't, you know, and for me, it's, you're taking away the fanciness or the style of the bag if you add on extra stuffs that is not supposed to be there. Okay, and yeah, I like it this way. What I only added is I bought a keychain for to at least to make this as not too dull, you know. I ordered some keychain that color like a Gucci color like this, but it's not Gucci, but it does look like Gucci. So yeah, I'm excited for that to arrive. But that's only that I added. If I'll add twilly, if I'll add a twilly or like the handkerchief, I may and put it here, you know, so it much adds some, you know, again, art in fanciness of the bag. But even so, just wearing this, besides Gucci design and color, has it's very you know, it has a lot stuff happening, so different colors, so it's really, you know, eye catchy already. So too much, if you add more stuffs like twilly and stuff like that, it kind of like it's overrated already, right? So far I'm happy with my purchase. The Brand Maison Vintage is very honest in terms of showing the bag on live. The call outs, because there's no call outs at all, you know. Inside it's very clean. See, inside is very clean, no damage, no discoloration. Yeah, of course this is suede inside. The suede, if you look at the camera in suede, it looks like dirty, but it's not dirty. Like, kind of like, that's the disadvantage on suede. It does look like something's going on there, but nothing really, because it gives like an illusion, you know. You have to like, the fiber, you have to swipe it everything in one direction so that it does look like even. But anyway, guys, so yeah, this is my 1980s to 1980s to 1990 vintage Boston bag from Gucci accessory collection. Okay, so yes, guys, so I highly recommended this bag. Okay, to be honest, I've been eyeing or looking for a Gucci bag that has red green design. I was eyeing for Ophidia. I'm eyeing for either Ophidia or Boston, as long as there's the design of this iconic color. Because again, I like vintage and I like the traditional design of each bag or each high-end luxury brands. Okay, so I'm not some likes quiet luxury. I don't like quiet luxury. I like not too loud, but showing that it is the brand, the iconic, the style of that certain brand. I like that stuff. Okay. Anyway, guys, so yeah, that's it. That's my review on this bag, and I love it. I don't have a complaint about it. And I suggest you also purchase your own vintage, and I hope you find a good market and a good place to purchase that has a good reasoning price with good quality, and no damage in looking new bag, looking like new, pristine condition. That's it. All right. Of course, you don't want to spend your money for something that just for the sake you got it, and then you spend your money and it's not even worth the price because there's a lot of call outs already, right? So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed and learned something with this bag that we just had a discussion today. And again, thanks for watching, guys. If you for more questions, don't hesitate to send me a message or comment. And yeah, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, guys. Follow me to all my other platforms channel like TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and even Facebook. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. You have a great day.